Hi all, welcome back. In our previous video, we have learned about how we can hover over one element, and after that, next would be like when we hover over any element, you would get some options to select. Like, for example, here, if I hover over on the free books, I can see some more elements available. So I can click on it to navigate to that page. Right, so how we can select this value after hovering over hovering over how we can select this value. So let's see that now. Okay, so we have already created this part. So let's create another method for that. I mean, for today's work. So let's write test hover over, um, test select element after hover. Okay, so this is our method, and let's give this page, and after that it should be none. Okay, colon and this one. So I'm making it as pass right now. Okay, so our method definition is ready, and okay, so now we have to implement the thing what we have to do. So we can just copy this part, I mean this menu part, and hover. So we do not need all those things, so I will just paste it here, and I just need to first navigate to that element, and then um, we are creating locator for this header menu in the sense free books, so we can write free book. Okay, and this free book locator has a the free book is the locator name, and then we just can remove it. So here it is free book dot hover. So once we hover over it, next it will we need to select this, let's say deep learning. Okay, now how we can do it. So once hover over it, if I inspect it, now I can see like you cannot just directly inspect it, right? So as soon as you are clicking on this inspect element and going there, you are not able to do it, right? So basically you need to pause the debugger, then only we can do it. So what are the ways to pause the debugger, right? So basically what we have to do, we just have to go to the sources, okay, and then you need to press F8 from your keyboard. So now let's say I'm hovering over it, and I can see the drop downs, or we can see these elements. So as soon as I am hovering over it, I'm getting these drop downs, or I'm getting these values, right? And now at this point I have to click and press on F8 button. So I'm pressing F8. So you can see the it is paused in the debugger, right? So our debugger is paused right now, so make sure you are in the sources tab. Okay, then only you have to press this F8 button. Okay, in some keyboard you have to press Fn and then F8. Okay, like for me I have to press first Fn and then I have to press F8. It depends on the keyboards. Okay, now now I can inspect it, right? Let's say I'm inspecting this deep learning, and you can see this locator is there. So we can just create a locator for this one, right? So let's do that. So for example, I just wanted to get all these four options. I mean, I just want to print all these four um, values, right? So how we can do it? We can see there is a sub menu. So let's create one xpath for that. So at the red class equals to submenu, right? Okay, and before that, I want to show you one more thing. That is like there is another way to pause the debugger, which would be like also good approach. So for that, what you have to do, you have to come to this console. First, let me um, close the debugger. Okay, or I can just click on this play. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to just come to this console, and then you have to paste one code here. So this is like set timeout, and within this parenthesis you have to pass function and then debugger semicolon and then 5000. So this is actually the time you are mentioning. So 5000 milliseconds you are giving, so that after this this would be going in the debugger I mean it would get paused. Okay, so just I'm hitting it, and as soon as I hit it I'm just hovering over it. Now you can see after 5 seconds it will get in, I mean it paused the debugger, right? So now I can do my operations as well here. So this is the second approach that you can try. So what you have to do, you have to just go to this console and you have to press, you have to hit, you have to give this, I mean, you just have to enter this method. Okay, that's it. You can, I will give it in the description, so you can copy that from there and you can try it. Okay, now let's create the xpath for that. So we just created submenu for that, but it is actually returning 8 elements, right? So we have to find a unique element. So let's try that. So for that, what we can try, um, so we can see we can take this one. So this is unique, we know, right? In a previous video, in the previous here, we have used it somewhere here, yeah. So we can know like we know like this is unique 7128 7128. So we can take this ID and we can create one locator for it. So li, just paste it, and here ID. So what happened? Okay, I missed something. So now it is returning one unique element, right? Now you have to go here. I mean, we need to capture this. So we can write double slash ul and give class equals to submenu. Right, now we reach to this portion. So here it's this ul tag. After that, if I give double slash or single slash, no, I need to give double slash. So you can see it's giving me four values. And also we can give like anchor tag, I mean let's a tag, so that it's actually, I mean you can see this is a URL. These are all the URLs, right? So always we should prefer this a tag instead of li tag. We can directly give this one. This is also fine, no problem in that. Okay, we can try this as well. So no need to give this li. So it becomes like you know like relative xpath or absolute xpath, so it becomes absolute one. So based on that we can try like this is becomes more generic. Now, okay, now let's say you have to navigate to this particular deep learning ebook. So how we can do that? Very easy. We just have to give like contents, and let's say that I'm giving dot, and you have to give the pass text. So let's say you want deep learning, so you can like deep learning, something like that. Anything which is matching, you just give deep, that would work as well. So deep learning would work as well. So you can see one element is matching. Now you can click on it, you can get the text of this element, whatever you want you can do it, right? And also if you want to like as here we have mentioned like menu item 7128, instead of that we can make it like this as well. So I'm just copying it and keeping it somewhere here so that I can reuse later. Okay, sorry, I'm using Python, right? So it has. Okay, so now what we have to do, we wanted to fetch based on like, let's say I want to pass here free views, right? So we can try something like this, like free at the rate or something text equals to and free ebooks, right? This will also should work. So why it is not working? Maybe we have not given the correct name. So it's free ebooks, right? Ebooks. Uh-huh. Okay, so it is under anchor tab, right? So what we have to do, we have to here we have to give this a element, and after that we have to give slash parent colon colon li. Now you can see it is giving you the matching element, but the problem here is like again it's giving two element, right? So let's see how we can resolve it. So this is the correct one, and we are here. Now what you can try, we can give this dark menu, class dark menu, right? So here div at the red class equals to dark menu. Now we are getting one single element, right? So we just constructed our xpath like that, and let's keep it as well. So as this one. No. Okay, these are the two xpath we just need it. Okay, now let's work here. So we just hover over it, right? After that, let's give some delay page dot wait for timeout, which is not required, but for demonstration purpose I'm giving it. So let's give a delay of 3000 milliseconds. And now what we want to do, we want to print all these options, right? So um, let's take this one and let's create a locator, um, all free ebooks, right? All free ebooks, and here it should like page dot locator, and there we have to pass this value like this. So we just created this all free books locator, and now I want to print all the values. So we know like for uh, as this is a as it is returning multiple elements, so we can try like get not get all inner texts, right? So it should return me a list which will contains all these four values, right? Free machine learning ebooks, free deep learning ebooks, and all other tools, other two elements. So let's see whether it's working or not. Okay, and you can execute it now. So pytest minus s, and now let's give it basics. So on the basics we are on test hover. Uh, no, test hover. Yeah, and colon colon. We have to give two colon, and then we have to give this method name. Right. This is how we execute in PyTest, and we have to give like headed so that it execute in browser mode or non-headless mode, right? So I'm now pretty much good, so I can hit enter. So it's collecting one element or one item, and now it's executing. So the website is launched, and you can see it hover over it, and now we can see like it is printing the it is giving us the list, right? So now we can very validate whatever values it is having. So if you have another list containing this value matching values, so we can compare with that list, right? So it's pretty easy, right? We can try it later, but for now, like we are our target was to get all these elements, right? What are the values of these elements, so that we have fetched, and I'm keeping this assertion up to you, so you can try it at home. Okay, now the next thing I have to click on it, right? I have to click some value, some on some element, right? So for that, what we can try now, we can create one generic method. Okay. Also, one thing we can try now, I can pause it, right, and continue it. So it will work. It is working, right? So if I hover over it, also tester hub, right? So tester hub also you can try here. So let me tester hub. So I can copy it. So it is also working. So you can see our XPath is quite generic. I mean, you have to just change this text here, testers hub, and here you have to pass the value which element you are selecting. Let's say you want to select Flash website. So you just need to give Flash. That's it. So it's matching, it's giving, it is highlighting, you can see, right? So now we can create one generic method here. So let's say, let me create a method called, um, or what we can try, like it should return me the locator, right? So we can try something like, give me the, we want to create the locator, right? So free deep learning ebook. So we can try like free deep learning book. So now get locator and pass the values. So we have to pass two values. So um, so here we have to pass two values. So free books or get header locator, header submit. Okay, so here we have to pass two things. So one free book. So that is like here we have free ebooks. Another thing we have to pass, that is deep learning, right? Whatever value it's there, we can pass it. Okay, now I can create this locator, create the function, and here what you have to do. Okay, so this is not the locator, so we have to give page dot locator, and here we have to pass it. So this method, this get header menu, this should return me the xpath. Okay, whatever locator we want, this should return. So get header as a menu or underscore loc for locator. So here also we need to update it. So loc, and now, and this is menu, and this is the submenu, and here I will return, what will return, I will return the xpath, dynamic xpath, right? So let's copy it, this one, and we can, where is that, yeah, here. Okay, so we just pasted it here. So Now we have to pass this parameter here. So here we will pass like this menu, and here it should be submenu. Submenu. Right, pretty cool. So we just created our own XPath and customized XPath, and we are fetching the XPath from this method. So get header submenu locator, where we are passing the menu and the submenu. So now let's click on it. So free deep learning ebook dot click. Okay, and after that, once it get clicked, so got page dot title or title. Okay, so print the page dot title. Okay, so let's give some weight as well so that we can see whether it's getting navigated or not. Now we can run it. So you can see it's clicked on it, but it's giving some different pop-up, so we cannot see the page, right? But you can see here it's actually navigated, and it also printing the demo site, so we can validate it. So once I click on this deep learning, it's returning this here, but it's actually giving this download free deep learning, right? So it's taking some time. Probably we can try once more. Maybe we can see now. You can see it clicked, right? So it just clicked. But what happened? How do we confirm whether it's clicked or not, right? So that's the question. So let's give a wait for 10 seconds so we can see what happened. Okay, it's over it. Now it should click on it and close it. So you can see when once I click on the close button, it clicked. So somehow when it is opening in incognito mode, that pop-up is coming. So right now we are not handling it, but you can see like it's getting navigated, right? It's clicked on that link. And also now we can try some different here. So let's say I want to click on this TensorFlow, right? TensorFlow ebook. So I can just change the parameter. TensorFlow. Let's verify the spelling once more. TensorFlow. Okay. Now I can run once again. So you can see it hovered over it and it clicked on. I can close it, and you can see it navigated to this TensorFlow ebook, and also you can see the message got displayed. So somehow that pop-up is coming, which we are not sure when we are doing it manually, it's not coming, right? So we can handle it as well, but for this video, I think it's not required. So because that is not the objective of this video. And so we can see like we can uh, like how we can hover over some elements and then we can select some values from it. So you can see this kind of power in many website. So you can try those and try to select those values, whatever is coming after hovering over it. Okay, and uh, try whether it's working or not. Also, you can see here, you can try here as well. So testers have. So once we click on hover over this demo setting site, it is giving another options, right? So that's also you can try. So it's a bit tricky. I mean, it is kind of nested thing. So once we hover over it, you have to hover over again here. Once you hover over it, you get these options. So now you have to, the same approach would be same. So here you have to again pause the debugger. Okay, and now you have to, I mean, you have to just get these locators and you can click on it simply. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.